This is PlaymoBello and this is a Halloween pumpkin special. I'm gonna show you how to make a pumpkin house where you can furnish and have fun with your Playmobiles. So what you do really, you just think and have ideas on how to make a cool looking pumpkin house. It's a circular hobbit style doorway. We should have a round window as well. I went ahead and I done a bunch of drawings. I made a window on this side, a window on that side, a little fencing, the doorway, a little fencing on this side. Next step is to cut this bottom down. Gonna cut this bottom out. You cut here and you cut here. It doesn't have to be perfect, as you can see it's just all crooked. And then you cut this door out. Hold this door and the door will open like that. And then it will close like that. This pumpkin is really thick like this. So I just cut this like a piece of cheese, like, and then it looks just this thickness. Not that bad. See how I done that with the windows? This is how the inside should look like. You're gonna remove all of the guts and make it as smooth as possible. And this is how the inside of the face looks like it. I went ahead and I smoothed this area out with a spoon. There you have it, a pumpkin house for your Playmobiles. This is my setup. I have a plate here to use it as a palette. Options of acrylic paint you can buy. This is like $10, $13 a Walmart. I'm gonna dip this into a lot of paint. See how it's kind of hard to paint because it's a pumpkin? The orange gets through these colors, so keep that in mind. Can make it more green here at the bottom. Here on the door I'm mixing some dark with light brown until it gets a tone that I like. I painted the sides as well. Painted the inside of the windows and the doorway. Look at that. Painted. Create some depth. The border of the windows. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to make it as smooth as you can. Alright, you see how I painted all around these windows? The colors needs to be consistent. Already looking pretty cool, isn't it? Now I got red and I painted a ceiling on this pumpkin. The roof, not ceiling. And now I'm gonna get green and I'm gonna go all around the bottom area just so it's like consistent. What I'm trying to do here is I got black and I just follow the lines of the pumpkin so it creates some depth. And then I'm gonna go over that with orange and make it disappear a little bit so it's not so strong. You can barely tell the difference, but I'm getting orange and I'm painting over the pumpkin orange so it creates some different oranges around that. Just randomly putting in splashes everywhere. See how it changed the tone of this pumpkin? Here's the door. You just make some wooden-like paint. Put some light brown and then make the in-betweens darker with black. So I went ahead and I just painted a white fencing around here. So it starts to look more convincing. Very bright green. I'm painting some grass right there. So what you need to do now is put two nails, one on each side. You put the butt of the nail in, see that? Use the floor to propel it down. It looks like it's open. Unfortunately it's a little crooked, but you have that door going. I'm gonna close it now. The rocks from under the window and around the window, you just make little balls and squarey balls like that. Alright, now that you made the base color for the rocks all around the door and around the windows, we can start to see that this pumpkin house is coming to life. Added some highlights of yellow, making this area gold, and the rocks, you know, I kind of messed a little bit with the ceiling. So I put another coat of white on the fencing, and I went on the top here and I put just a line of red. See that? It's not in between, just a line of red. Now I mixed some black with water and I went around the rocks on the window so they have a little shadow in between and they look more like a rock. See that? It looks a lot better once you put a border of black around the rocks and the fencings. It even looks like it's coming out. The fencings are like 3D or carved into the pumpkin, but they're not carved. It's time to add some blue around the pumpkin. The blue offers some color differentiation. See, I'm making gray, yellow, and blue, so the rocks look like they're kind of special and different. Now I'm going around the ceiling here, the roof, making a little round tip. So it creates a separation between the pumpkin and the roof. I'm using just blue, because blue with red becomes pretty much dark brownish black. I added a line of black under these woods on the doors. It popped them out, looking more and more like wood. Look at that. Some nails, and I'm putting here on the window so they look more unique. Look at that. I put 3 low and 2 a little higher. Here's how it looks like with the other window as well. Alright, I don't know if I ruined it or made it better, but I added some vines coming from up there. That's the house. And now it's time to furnish with some Playmobiles. And here you have it. Once you finish your pumpkin, you can add a bunch of your Playmobil accessories from pirates, from medieval sets, and you know, Halloween and all of that. And you end up with this cool looking pumpkin scenario that you can put in your living room and celebrate Halloween. And then in the back here, I went ahead and I cut a space, made a nice looking evil witch room where she cooks her potions, spells, and has her pets, owl and rats and bones from the children she's been eating and cooking candy for. The witch's hut, she's full of accessories and potions, and it's a pretty cozy room. You can see that. It's large, and you can put furniture, you can put beds, a living room if you want to. Fits really well with all the Playmobil accessories, and you don't have to be good at painting to do a cool painting or anything. You can see it's pretty rough. I think someone said it's time for a party, so everyone is arriving here at the Witch's Corner for a little treat and treat. Trick and treat. Trick or treat. Treat or treat.